What's the funniest thing your toddler has said at the worst possible moment? My 4-year-old daughter Jennifer completely humiliated me during my grandmother's wake last month. The funeral home was packed with relatives I hadn't seen in years. Everyone dressed in black, speaking in hushed, respectful tone. Grandma Miller had lived to 92, and nearly the whole town had come to pay respects. We're sitting in the viewing room, surrounded by flower arrangement, with Grandma in her casket at the front. The room was silent, except for occasional sniffles and the funeral director's soft piano music. Jennifer had been coloring quietly in her book when she suddenly looked up at the casket. She tugged my sleeve and whispered, but toddler whispers are basically shouting, "Mommy, is great-grandma taking a really long nap?" "Yes, sweetie," I whispered back. "She's sleeping." Jennifer considered this, her little forehead wrinkled in thought. She must be really tired. A few relatives smiled sadly. I thought we were in the clear. Then the minister started talking about how Grandma's spirit was now with God. Jennifer's eyes went huge. "Her spirit?" she gasped loudly. "Did her spirit jump out of her body?" "Jennifer, please," I whispered desperately. "But where did it go? Is it flying around in here right now?" My Uncle Dave suddenly became very interested in his shoes, shoulders shaking slightly. "Can spirits go through walls?" Jennifer continued, warming to her topic. "Can they see us when we're in the bathroom?" My cousin Stephanie made a strange choking sound. The minister, bless him, tried to continue his eulogy about Grandma's kindness and generosity. "Great-grandma was very old," Jennifer announced to everyone. "Is that why she died? How old do I have to be before I die?" An elderly great-aunt turned to look at us, half horrified, half amused. "Jennifer," I hissed, "we'll talk about this later." The minister mentioned Grandma being called home to heaven. "Is heaven far away?" Jennifer asked loudly. "Can we visit her there? Do they have snacks in heaven?" Great-grandma always gave me cookies. My mother was now biting her lip, tears in her eyes that weren't entirely from grief. During the moment of silence, Jennifer stage whispered, "Mommy, this is boring. When is great-grandma going to wake up?" "She's not going to wake up, sweetie," I whispered back. "Why not?" "Because she's gone to heaven." Jennifer processed this information. Then in her loudest voice yet, "But she left her body behind. That's littering." The back row completely lost it. People were desperately trying to hide their laughter with coughs and tissues. The minister wisely shortened the rest of his remark. As we filed past the casket to pay final respect, Jennifer peered inside curiously. "Great-grandma's wearing her church clothes," she observed. "Does heaven have church every day?" "I don't know, honey." She turned to my weeping grandmother, Grandma Miller's daughter, and patted her hand sympathetically. "Don't worry," Jennifer said earnestly. "Great-grandma forgot her body, but we can mail it to her if you want." My grandmother, through her tears, actually laughed. "That's very thoughtful, Jennifer. Mommy says we should always return things that aren't ours," Jennifer explained seriously. "Did great-grandma borrow her body from God?" I was impressed with her theological reasoning, but mortified by the timing. As we were leaving, Jennifer waved at the casket. "Bye-bye, great-grandma's body. Have fun being a spirit. Don't watch me in the bathtub." In the parking lot, my mother hugged me tightly. "Mom would have absolutely loved that," she said, wiping her eyes. She always said funerals were too gloomy. Later, my grandmother called to tell me Jennifer's questions had been exactly what everyone needed, a reminder of innocence and life continuing on. Jennifer still asks if spirits can eat ice cream in heaven. I tell her I'm pretty sure they can.